What is up, guys? Today I will be teaching you how to use the terrain editor. As far as I know, this thing can only be used in creative mode and cannot be crafted in survival. First off, you click on this little hand and then this menu appears. The slider on the right controls how far away whatever you are filling, deleting, or replacing is from you. Over here on the left side, you have the brush menu. And basically, you can just fill it in like that. For the first one, the second one does that, and the third one does this. Basically makes a sphere. I will have to get to the next one a little bit later, but for now, it does that. This one right here basically changes whichever direction you're pointing it at. It is always flat with you. You're always seeing the flat side. You're never looking at one of the ends, as you can see here. This one here makes lines, so basically you just push the button and that marks out a place, and then you can just bring it in whichever direction you want and it makes an even line. At least as even as can be expected when you're dealing with blocks. This one, you do the same to start it. You just click the button and it marks it, and then you can make it however long or wide or just big you want. This thing does get pretty massive. Next up, we have the filler blocks. So any block in this menu, you can use this terrain editor on. They're not all here, but it does have a pretty wide variety. Next up, let's come up to the first brush again. And now if you click that little menu there, this pops up and it gives you some extra settings for every brush. So you can make a big cube, you can make a platform, or you can make a straight line. And now you can place that. Then if you turn on that button that says hollow, it will make this cube hollow. You can see right there. It is completely hollow. The other one, when the button was off, did not get hollow. Next up, you have the cylinder. You can control the radius and the height with this one. Radius makes the cylinder wider or narrower, depending on how you want it, and the height just makes it longer. And again, you have the hollow option. So that one is hollow and the other one is not. Next up, we have the sphere, and it has basically a size function. It also has a hollow switch. So that one right there is hollow, and the one I just got making before that is not. Here we have this one, which you can control the height and the width of. And as you can see, the flat side always stays facing you. Doesn't matter which way you turn. And you just use the button to place that. I'm going to place one here and make sort of a box. Moving on, you have this one, which does the exact same thing, but it is circular instead. And you have this one right here, which is the line one. It seems pretty straightforward, but it does have a different function. If you toggle that on, and when you click to end the line, it will use that point as a starting point for another line. Now if you turn that off, you can just come out and it does not set the starting point. And down at the last one, then basically at the setting it is already on, you can make it flat like this, and if you go up in this direction, it will just make stairs. It won't make a wall. But it will make a wall in this direction. Now you just toggle one of the other switches. I don't really think it matters which one. I think they'll both make a wall in this direction. But now it won't make a wall in this direction. So you gotta flip that first switch again to do that. Next up we have these buttons on the right. And if you click the one that is facing to the right, it will undo what you have last done. And if you click the one on the bottom, it will redo what you have just undone. The button on top of those two controls whether you see this slider or not. Now for the delete function, it does the exact same thing as I just showed you, but instead of placing blocks, it takes them away. The replace block does exactly the same thing, but replaces blocks. And you have to choose a block you want to replace it with. For this one, it comes in handy when you want to replace a large amount of blocks. Next up we have this menu. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to make just a little box here, a little platform. Just like that. I'm going to go to the other menu and set my starting point right at this corner. Then I bring it all the way around, just like that. And you can have bigger or smaller or higher or lower than this. It does not have to be just one layer. And then all you gotta do is click again and that sets it right there. You can copy this area and then you can do whatever you want with it. Like right now, I just pasted it. So that duplicated it and moved it to whichever position I wanted. These right here control the position of that marked out selected area you just made. I'm going to get a water block, and you can basically replace whichever blocks you have outlined. There, I replaced it back into a solid block. You can also delete them in that area and refill them. So I recommend you play around with these settings a little while and maybe look at some other people's YouTube videos. There are a few out there. And now, here I am back at the other menu. You have this function down here, which is a smoother. What this function does is it basically just makes your landscape smoother. And it works best with a large cube like this, but since this is a flat world, there's not much around to smooth. But you can see there kind of the effect it has. If I hop back into this menu right here, then you can see that it saved what I had previously copied. So you don't have to stay into this menu all the time. If you want to travel across a long distance, then paste it there. You can just get out of the menu, and then when you get to wherever you want to paste it, it will automatically save what you have already copied. That is how to use the terrain editor, and that is all for today's video. I will see you next time.